Hi everyone, I want to address some of the questions you had about understanding the difference between Reform Judaism and Orthodox Judaism. And that's really the order that I want to talk about them in. Reform Judaism is a movement that is institutionalized with the Pittsburgh Platform. So it kind of comes first before Orthodox Judaism. The term orthodoxy was created basically in this moment as a way that Reform Jews mocked Orthodox Jews, the people who they saw as practicing halakha in ways that were outdated. So Reform Judaism saw itself as the future and best version of not only Judaism, but all monotheistic religion. It sometimes was referred to even as ethical monotheism. So I think what we need to understand here is a difference between what the essence of Judaism is understood to be by each of these movements. That for Reform Jews, the essence of Judaism is ethics. So when Reform Judaism talks about Mosaic legislation or rabbinic laws, things like that, that just means halakha, what we've been calling halakha or Jewish law. So for Reform Judaism, because ethics is the essence of Judaism, Plank 3 talks about how halakha was important historically for training Jews, but the whole document really has an idea of progress built into it, that what's later was better, that what's new was better. And so while halakha was once upon a time important, the people who became Reform Jews in this moment saw it as really no longer relevant or even necessary for training Jews to be ethical. So that's why in Plank 4, various practices of halakha are rejected. So kashrut is rejected, the idea of special forms of dress, or anything else that would set Jews aside from society are all rejected. The fifth plank rejects an idea of hoping for a Jewish state, of hoping for any kind of return to the land of Israel for all Jews, and rejecting the idea of hoping to rebuild the temple. That instead, Reform Jews saw themselves as belonging in whatever countries they lived in all over the world. And we'll talk about Zionism a little bit more later, but this is really a rejection of the beginning of the Zionist movement, which wasn't very big or very popular at the time, but Reform Jews were opposed to it because they saw it as just another way of Jews separating themselves from other citizens of the world. So while Reform Judaism saw ethics as the central piece of Judaism and the central practice of Judaism, with a goal of social justice, Samson Raphael Hirsch, as a representative of those who became known as Orthodox in this moment, doesn't agree that this idea just of ethics is the essence of Judaism. He thinks it's halakha. So often when Hirsch uses the word religion, he means halakha, Jewish law. So for him, if this is commanded by God, that can't change. So when he talks about religion allied to progress, he is referring to Reform Judaism, and that's his term for mocking Reform Judaism, as suggesting that some kind of human-made idea of progress could be equal with religion, which for him means halakha. Instead, he would agree with what Reform Jews said about halakha as having been a system of training to make people ethical, except he didn't think that was something that was in the past. He thought that that would continue forever. And while he didn't agree with the idea of doing away with any practices of halakha, it doesn't mean that he didn't think that Jews shouldn't change. In fact, he did, and he was a forerunner of what became the modern Orthodox movement. He thought it was absolutely possible that Jews could practice halakha and change with the times. He thought that's what Jews had done in all of the centuries past and what they could continue to do. So he sees the essence of Judaism as halakha, although he agrees that ethics are very important. He just thinks that Jews can't continue to achieve their high ethical standards if they pick and choose from what parts of halakha that they would practice.